This is what $100,000 gets you in Silicon Valley. In this project, we did the driveway, walkway around the house, and a patio. First, we started out in the backyard. When doing a full paver transformation, we like to work from the back of the house to the front for one main reason. In this project, we were putting all the material on the driveway. So in this case, it's impossible to start in the front of the house. We got the opportunity to work on this project thanks to some connections. The contractor that recommended us does the excavation and grading for these projects. So all we had to do here was basically install the pavers. However, it's never that simple. When doing pavers, we need the base at an exact height because we still need to add a bedding layer of sand and the pavers themselves. The first day when we got here, we regraded the base and did some light compaction, as most of it had already been thoroughly compacted. After everything was regraded and compacted, we started to move in sand. This part of the process is what makes the pavers look nice and flat on top. The hardest part about this project was getting down all the material. As you can see, the house has many levels, and we had to move all of the material from top to bottom. I'm talking base rock, sand, the pavers, and all of the equipment necessary. In retrospect, it could have been much more worse if we had to move the material uphill. After the sand was nice and even, we can begin to install the pavers. This part goes pretty smoothly. We had a total of 5 to 6 guys working here. 4 guys would be bringing down the material and 2 would be installing. Originally, we were only going to do these 2 sections you see us doing here. But later you'll see that the owner decided to add another section of pavers in the backyard. We've had some people say to not allow this to happen, where the owner adds stuff to the project because it causes delays to other projects. In reality, we tell our clients we can start between certain dates and we will keep them on notice because we know stuff like this happens. We're not going to finish a project, go to another one, and then come back again to do a small portion of what the clients decided to add on. After the pavers were installed and we made cuts all along the existing concrete border, we did the compaction process, and finally we washed them. We used polymeric sand during the compaction, and the way it seals the paver joints is by adding water. What the polymeric sand does is it one locks the pavers together, and this is what makes it impossible to pull out a paver. The only way to get a paver out is by breaking it. 2. It prevents weeds from growing up, so this is a good step you don't want to cheap out on. You always want to use the best polymeric sand. When these 2 areas were finished, we moved on to the driveway portion of this project. 1. We had to regrade everything and do again a light compaction. In this case, we did use the 1,000-pound compactor because we knew this was going to be a high and heavy traffic area. Then if you remember, the owner decided to add more pavers. This was in an even lower section of the backyard where they were going to be doing some artificial turf. When doing pavers and turf, it is a very similar process. What we had to do was dig out some base, because the height of it was set for turf. After we regraded the base, it's the same process all over. A light compaction, sand, install pavers, cut, and compaction. Finally, when all the pavers in the backyard were installed, we moved onto the driveway portion. You're going to see us install a channel drain in front of the house because the driveway has a downward slope. And when it rains, we do not want the water touching the house. A common misconception about pavers is that they're not strong enough or that they're going to sink. First, pavers are going to sink 15 to 20 years down the road. Obviously, they're not going to last forever in perfect condition. Second, pavers are made out of concrete and manufactured under pressure and heat, so that means they are stronger than regular concrete. Third, concrete is going to crack, break, and get old just the same. Ultimately, nothing is going to last forever. But with proper preparation, detail, and hiring the right guys that know the work will definitely make the whole project last longer. In this project, we had about 4,000 square feet of pavers. We used Belgard's antique flat top pavers in the gray charcoal color. And the total for this project was a little over $80,000. Remember, we did not do any of the preparation ourselves. All we did was basically install the pavers. This project took us about 10 full days to complete. Let us know if you want to see more videos like this, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments.